Everyone, I want to thank UConn Health and everybody that's here in attendance, including the UConn Police and Fire Departments, for hosting the ceremony. It's my honor to represent this part of Farmington up at the state capitol and to be here again with all of you as we remember an event that changed life as we know it for so many generations of Americans. I have three daughters, all of whom were born in our post 9/11 world. And this morning, I was thinking to myself how for their generation, unfortunately, this awful pandemic will be remembered as a major turning point in how life is lived. And for many of us, 9/11 marked that same kind of turning point. Life, as we knew it, changed at 8:46 a.m. Eastern Time on September 11, 2001. And it's difficult, I think, for the younger generation of Americans to understand precisely how America, and indeed the entire world, was paralyzed in the days after the 9/11 attack. The streets were empty, air traffic was suspended, events were canceled, businesses shuttered, financial markets roiled. Sound familiar? Indeed, the parallels are many. The anxiety of the unknown, the fear of another strike, the collective mourning of the dead, and the prayers for the victims. The call to action by political leaders, and unfortunately, the fighting about where blame should be cast, fighting about who failed whom, and whether certain segments of the population should be isolated. The many calls for Americans to pick a side. Sound familiar? But there's another common theme, I think, between 9/11 and this awful pandemic that I want to focus on today. And that is the heroism of our first responders. The courage and selflessness of first responders was on full display on that fateful day 19 years ago. And it has been every single day since then. From the first responders who gave their lives to rush into burning buildings 19 years ago, to the healthcare workers who risk their lives battling the deadly COVID-19 disease today. Those on the front lines remind us by their actions that the strength, resolve, and goodness of the American people is stronger than any natural disaster or man-made evil that confronts us. 19 years after the attacks, I continue to marvel at the selfless acts of first responders and ordinary citizens around this country. We united in the face of terror. We united in compassion. We united in grief to mourn the victims. We united in resolve. We celebrated the everyday heroes, those who stepped in and stepped up selflessly to help strangers. And we united as Americans who love our country to create good out of bad, to create positivity through our common humanity. We vowed to never forget, and we renew that vow by this ceremony today. We recommit ourselves to performing those small, selfless, daily acts of kindness to our first responders, to our frontline health professionals, our military servicemen and women, our police officers, our firefighters, and to complete strangers. I say thank you. And as a proud Connecticut resident, as a father, as a husband, and as your state senator, I thank all of you here at UConn Health for your ongoing commitment to compassion, your commitment to honor those words that we shall never forget, your commitment as Americans to carry on the 9/11 legacy of kindness, to staying resolute in making a positive difference in people's lives. Through your commitment to life-saving research and patient care, and your commitment to making UConn Health a place of healing and a place with a stellar reputation for innovation and excellence. And finally, I want to thank all of you for remembering and for understanding the true meaning of the words, united we stand. Thank you.